welcome to a very special edition of Who Dares Wins, because tonight's show is going to be 42 hours long as we bring you our charity Who Dares Wins-a-thon. Yes, after Live Aid and USA for Africa, we bring you Who Dares Wins for... Well, we haven't actually thought of it yet. But the lines are open, and Keith Richard has already phoned up and pledged £1, and that's a hell of a lot of cocaine.
And to kick off tonight, we're going to show a video of Marillion, unless we get a pledge of £10,000.
And we have a very special guest tonight. His name is Simon Maxwell. He's the son of newspaper tycoon Robert Maxwell. Hello, Simon, and welcome to the show.
I'll buy it.
Actually, it's not for sale.
You're fired.
No, you can't fire me,
Look,
Simon.
this has gone on quite long enough. I'm shutting the whole place down.
No, Simon.
I'm sorry, I'm not bluffing. I'm shutting the whole operation down and moving it to Milton Keynes.
I think...
No, I've changed my mind. I'll move it to Milton Keynes and then I'll shut it down.
Simon, could I
Look,
ask...
I'm sorry, you are fired. Everybody's fired and I'm moving it to Milton Keynes and then I'm shutting Milton Keynes down.
Perhaps we could talk about your father.
I haven't got a father.
But you are the son of Robert Maxwell.
No, I was, but he fired me because I wasn't making him enough money.
Well, what about your mother, then?
Oh, my mother. She's one of the sweetest tax dodgers a man could wish for. Look, this has gone on quite long enough. I'm afraid you are fired.
Simon, as I told you before, you can't fire me as I don't work for
Oh,
you.
well, I'm afraid I've got here £2,000 in cash. It's your redundancy money. What do you say to that?
It was a pleasure working for you.
Well, Christmas is almost here, and now's the time when we think of those less fortunate than ourselves, like the very many sick children in their hospital beds, who this Christmas will tragically receive a visit from Leslie Crowther, or even Jimmy Savile. These kids have suffered enough. Please, help them.
Absolutely. Well, now, is the owner of a red car C826NBA in the audience? It's parked outside by the dock here at Limehouse. Is it? Use it. Right. Well, that's a new car, isn't it? Yes, it is a new car. It's quite a new, nice, yeah. It'd be, now, can you just see the monitor there? If you just hang on us for a second or two, I think you're probably able to make out, is that your car there? Well, thank you very much, sir. That's extremely kind of you. Thank you.
Okay, so stand by your telephones and get your checkbooks out, because now we're going to auction our first celebrity gift. And here it is. It's Dr. David Owen's vanity case.
There are 55 million people in this country, and that's a lot of people. But we in the modern police force try to take care of each and every one of you. It's not easy. But we try. Now, you're probably aware this year of our campaign to shoot as many of you as possible. But we simply don't have the manpower. So in future, help your local bobby. Shoot yourself.
And now we come to the godparents' vow.
I renounce the devil and all his works, and I promise to raise this child in...
Louder, please.
And I promise to raise this child in the ways of the Lord, or, failing that, a Lord of his own choice.
Excuse me, that's not the correct wording, is it? I mean, you can't say that. I mean, remember that we are here to baptize this child in the name of God.
Well, it's funny you should say that, actually, because we were wondering if we could say, in the name of whatever spiritual authority man feels is necessary to explain away the manifestations of nature.
Or maybe in the name of Jesus, who was, at the very least, a great philosopher.
Very great.
You're not Christians, are you?
Not as such.
Then why are you being godparents?
Well, Heather and Alistair asked us, and you don't like to offend.
You know how it is.
I think we better skip the godparents' vows. Would the parents of the child step forward? In the name of God, I baptize this child, Stephen James.
Excuse me. We've changed our mind about the name.
I see. What would you like the names to be now?
Beelzebub, Lucifer, Satan,
It's not your run-of-the-mill Christian name, is it? Beelzebub?
Well, it is if you're,
If you're what?
devil worshippers.
What?
Well, we're devil worshippers. But you see, we've always thought the CV christening is such a lovely service.
Very cute. Very
God almighty!
Whilst watching Channel 4 the other night, well, I was watching all living things really, but Channel 4 sort of caught my omniscient eye, I saw a skit about one of my lads being messed about by the opposition. Now, I'm as liberal as any other deity, but there's a limit to how much I'll put up with before I start doing a bit of smiting. All right? Now, I've given you warnings before. I've sent down the plague of boils, the plague of frogs, UHT milk. All right? So watch it. Oh, and another thing. I'm absolutely bloody sick and tired every time there's some kind of natural disaster, these moaning minis running around, whinging. If there's a God, why does he allow such terrible things to happen? Well, I'm a God, not a bloody social worker. Right?
And with me doing their bit for the Who Dares Wins-a-thon are two very special guests, Terry and Wang. Well, it's great to have you on the show. Thank you for coming along.
Thank you, Julia, our pleasure. It certainly beats being touched up by David Attenborough.
So what are you guys going to do for charity?
Well, Julia, for the first time ever, you are going to see two pandas mating live on television.
Oh, well, that is terrific. I'm sure we all want to show our appreciation for that. That is... you go then.
What?
What you said you were going to mate.
Oh, no. Not with each other. No. No, Julia, we were sort of looking for a volunteer, you see.
Well, I'm sorry. I make it a rule never to sleep with animals I work with. So perhaps there's some in the audience.
Volunteers in the audience, maybe? Yeah. Who wants to mate with a panda?
Who wants to bang with Wang?
On second thoughts now. Hello, what about you? Come on, live a little. I won't bite. Well, I might, but not where it will show.
Well, we seem to have lost contact with Who Dares Wins, so meanwhile, here's a piece of music. And now, word of the week. And our word of the week this week is botham. Botham. And a botham is a large, lovable creature which roams from one end of the country to the other, consuming large amounts of grass.
Yeah, well, it was your father's idea that we employed him, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, but we...
That wasn't mine. Oh, I'm gonna... Look at all that. Norman? Hello, Mr. Thompson. Hello, Norman.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not so bad, not so bad. Should be out by Tuesday.
Now, look, Norman. You said that last Tuesday and the Tuesday before that.
You said you'd be out by May the 17th.
Well, it's only Tuesday.
1972.
13 years. You haven't even done the wall. What's happened to our floor?
Oh, we're waiting on materials.
State of the place.
We're doing the work. There's a skip full of stuff outside.
That's because the neighbours have filled it up, Norman. We've paid for hundreds of skips.
And they're not here 15 minutes, they're full to the brim with old cookers.
Look, they're doing it now. Oi! Oi! Watch out! Look, Norman, it strikes us that you're doing no real work here at all.
So do you think we just sit around all day drinking cups of tea?
No. We think that you're living here.
What?
I think you've been living here for the past 13 years, pretending to do building repairs.
Mr. and Mrs. Thompson.
Just look at his hands, will you? Just look at them. They're hardly a labourer's hands.
Oh, my God. You're not guns at all, are you?
No, Mr. Thompson. We are from the planet Xanos, a dying planet. So we left to find a new planet. Your planet. We knew we could not overcome your civilization by force, so we decided to destroy it permanently. We put on overalls, cheerful expressions, learned to whistle Viva España badly, shout suggestive remarks at your females, shake our heads and say, "Stone me. Some real cowboys did this." Soon, your planet will be our home, and you will be homeless.
That's why you're destroying our house.
Correction. We are eating your house. Plaster, bricks, mortar, grouting, our food to we Xanons. We eat your houses and grow strong, Earthman.
You'll never get away with this.
Oh no. Take a look out of the window. We are everywhere. All over the world you will find us, telling your pathetic species that we will be out by Tuesday. Soon you will all die from the stress of living in temporary accommodation. Go! The end has come. Your planet is ours now. Wait, Earthlings! Do you think you could settle in cash? Then we can forget about the VAT. Hey, Squire.
Meat. Should we eat it? Well, more and more people think not, which is why the food industry is increasingly turning to food scientists, such as Dr. Donald Christopher.
Hello.
Don, how do you cope with such dramatic shifts in consumer demand?
Well, Tony, basically by developing such items as this interesting plant here.
It's a pig painted green, isn't it?
No, I grant you it does look like a pig painted green, but it is in fact a vegetable.
Really?
Yes, it's a vegetable from the same family as lettuce, as a matter of fact.
That's remarkable because it even smells like a pig. Do you prepare it like an ordinary lettuce?
Well, it's a bit harder to toss. Nevertheless, it's very appealing to anyone who loves lettuce, especially lettuce which tastes of, celery. It has a slight flavour of celery, and it goes down very nicely with a large blob of Clamato sauce.
Calmato?
Yes, another successful hybridization.
And what is your current project?
It's my most ambitious to date. I've crossed a rat with Jimmy Tarbuck.
Oh, how did it turn out?
I just got a smaller Jimmy Tarbuck.
This is Epsom's new SQ2000. And as you can hear, it is indeed very quiet.
The 1986 Volvo 340 is as tough and reliable as ever. But now it's a saloon as well as a hatchback. And it comes with the option of a new, bigger 1.7-litre engine. For those who appreciate a little more power.
My cellar, like other Danish cheeses, is complemented by a glass of wine. It brings out the taste, which is slightly tangy, with a crumbly texture. Danish cheeses in a different vein.
He doesn't know it yet, but he's about to become the world's first time traveler.
This is nuts.
Back to when his mother was a teenager looking for love.
It's an absolute dream.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Back to when his father needed a little push.
I'm your density. It was a wonder I was even born.
Meet Marty McFly, the first kid ever to get into trouble before he was even born. Steven Spielberg presents a Robert Zemeckis film, Back to the Future.
Get back to a cinema near you. Check press for details.
Giacomo de Giacomo, a man's world.
Remember the amazing strength of Loctite Super Glue 3? Well, now there's a new Super Glue that has something extra. Super Glue Extra doesn't run, and just like the original, it bonds in seconds. Just what you need for fast repairs on difficult surfaces, where you need the strength you can really rely on. New, thick, non-run Super Glue Extra, proved in industry for use in the home.
Welcome back to Who Dares Wins, and later on, live by satellite, President Reagan will be showing us the most enjoyable way to stuff a turkey.
Later in the programme, we'll be having in the studio with us Michael Caine and Prince Charles, and they'll be telling us to work harder and stop complaining. And we'll be telling them to piss off.
Now it's time for our Who Dares Wins job spot, and we've got some very interesting vacancies this week. This one is for a skilled thief. He must have 7 O-levels, nice manners and a smart suit, and that's working for Johnson Matthey, the bankers.
And Thames TV are looking for 40 women with low IQs and large wobbly breasts for Benny Hill to dribble over.
And here's one as a minder for Cecil Parkinson, and the job involves throwing a bucket of water over him every time a woman walks past.
Well, with me now is Joyce Heslop, who's head of the charity Self-Help. Joyce, I know you have very strong views on unemployment.
Well, basically, it's a tragedy. You see, Philip, we feel that the government should be creating new jobs by investing in people's human potential. Take road building. I mean, for heaven's sake, we have 3 million unemployed people. Now, they could make roads. If you laid them end to end, they'd make jolly good roads. And it would give them a sense of direction.
And what about the young unemployed?
Well, for them, Philip, we have set up our emergency helpline. You see, there are many, many very depressed unemployed teenagers, so depressed to the point of contemplating suicide. So they ring our helpline.
And what happens?
And we talk them into it. All they need is a little encouragement, a bottle of Valium, and a video of an Ingmar Bergman film. And we give them that.
Joyce, keep it up.
Thank you.
This Pope?
Yeah?
Is he Swiss then?
Of course not.
But we're the Swiss Guard, right?
Yes.
Well, why does he want the Swiss army to guard him if he ain't Swiss?
Well, do you think he'd feel any safer being guarded by the Italian army? Right, you know what they're like.
Yeah.
A car backfires and the whole of Rome surrenders.
Yeah.
So, what did you join the Swiss army for?
The excitement.
I joined for the penknife.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here's that nun again.
Which one?
The one with the big wimple.
Very
nice, eh? Nuns, eh?
Yeah.
Nuns. Nun. 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 Funny word, nun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wonder why they're called nuns.
Because they get none.
Obvious when you think about it, isn't it? Yeah, this Poe is infallible.
Oh, yeah.
Eh? Never makes a mistake?
Never. He's a bugger when he's playing Trivial Pursuit.
He must be.
Yeah, have you just started?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, yeah.
Thought so. I saw your pantaloons billow.
Yeah. Pantaloon. It's a funny word, isn't it? Pantaloon. Pantaloon. Pantaloon.
Quiet attention, here is Holiness the Pope. Nipping off to get the bagels.
Yeah. Hey? He's Jewish. The Pope's Jewish?
Well, why is he Pope then? Because they wouldn't let him be chief rabbi.
Why not?
On account of his being black.
The Pope, I've seen the Pope, he's white.
No, he whites up every morning. That's makeup, don't you? Before he was Pope, he was lead singer of the Supremes.
The Supremes?
Baby love, my baby love,
I need you, how I need your love.
Oh, no, hang on, I'm thinking of Diana Ross.
Oh, right.
Sorry. I always get those two mixed up, you know. Carol, Diana,
yeah,
Carol,
yeah.
Diana.
The girl's name. Hang on. Here's that nun again.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, well, girls in uniform, eh? Yeah.
You're mad.
Yeah.
So hasn't the Pope, he's abolished all that, hasn't
Yeah, if it's south of the belly button, it's out.
he? Yeah.
That's called papal bull, that is.
Is it?
Yeah. And if, you know, he says, do what I say or otherwise you'll burn forever in the endless flames of hell.
Yeah.
You know what that's called?
Papal bullshit?
Yeah, that's the one.
The money we raise tonight will be going towards helping people like Melanie. This is Melanie.
No, sorry, he's in a meeting.
Melanie is handicapped.
Sorry, can you hold?
She suffers from receptionist syndrome.
About an hour, I should think.
Melanie?
No, sorry, no one's available at the moment. Would you like to try again in another month?
Melanie, can you hear me?
Can I get someone to call you back? Will you be at that number in about 2 years' time? Did you want to speak to again?
As you can see, she's a hopeless case. With your money, we can put an end to this suffering by buying the necessary equipment like this. Please help stop the misery. The money we raise tonight will also be going to Ian Paisley's new charity, Orange Aid.
Well, our special guest tonight is a very familiar face on your television screens. A reporter, presenter, investigative journalist and commentator on international and current affairs. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Jonathan Dimbleby? Jonathan, first of all, many thanks for coming on the show. It's a great honour to have you here.
Very nice to be here. Thank you for asking me.
Now, Jonathan, when you're doing one of your reports, like from some war-torn place, like, well, let's say Beirut in Lebanon, you're in the middle of a very, very real situation.
Yeah, it can be very difficult because there are a great many factions. It's difficult to identify them. They're firing at each other a lot, and it's very easy, therefore, to get things wrong and to misunderstand what's happening.
Right. I'm sure one question we'd all like to hear answered is, where do you stay?
Where do I stay? In a hotel.
Yeah, but you don't stay in one of those hotels you see on the news, all the walls caving in and all the bogs leaking in.
No, you certainly don't, because obviously if you did, you wouldn't be able to do your work.
Oh, I see. So you stay in a hotel away from the trouble?
Well, a little bit away from trouble,
I
yes,
see.
because then you
you get in your helicopter, you jet in for 10 minutes, do your bit of rabbit, then it's back to your place with jacuzzi and large gin and tonic, is it?
Actually, it isn't quite as simple as that. Reporting is rather...
Jonathan, tell me this. Do you have a double room?
Yeah, a double room. Most hotels have double rooms, don't they now?
Ooh, do they? I'm afraid I wouldn't know.
Like, this is true.
I suppose you have a double room in case you get lucky in the cocktail lounge. Is that the idea?
Look, I thought we were going to be talking about...
But hang on, while on the subject, why is it all you guys have suntans? That Jon Snow, he's always on the news. He's always got a suntan. Now, like, he's doing the reports on snowdrifts in Red Square in Moscow, and he's got a suntan. Out of bottles he put on the night before, you know, that ones that make you look like a tandoori chicken in the morning.
I have absolutely no idea. What I do know is that Jon Snow is a very good reporter, and reporting is what I thought we were going to be talking about. Is quite a difficult job and has nothing to do with suntans, frankly.
All you need, it strikes me, is a microphone and a safari jacket. Come on, Jonathan, how many O-levels you got?
If you really want to know, 12.
That's a bit of a waste, isn't it? I mean, let's face it, you only need geography, so you know where you are. And okay, perhaps you need a couple of phrases of Arabic, like, you know, where's the nearest swimming pool, or how much do you want for your sister?
I'm sorry, this has really gone too far. I'm not going to sit here and just be insulted by you.
I'm sorry, no, honestly, sit down, please. Sorry. I've got a geography level. Go on, ask me any capital. Tell me country, and I'll tell you the capital. Go on. Bucharest, Yugoslavia, Belgrade, Bulgaria, Sofia, go on.
Very well. Swaziland.
I'm not knocking you, Jonathan, because you're more intelligent than most of them. I mean, I know a lot of those guys. I did an interview for a job over there in current affairs. They asked me lots of questions. Yeah, modern politics. They asked me about the Northern Ireland problem.
Did they? I expect you came up with a solution as well.
Yeah, I said they should play with two old-fashioned wingers. You've got McElroy in midfield, and they can move the game up forward. They can cross that ball into the centre.
I imagine you did not get the job.
No, well, you know how it is. My face didn't fit. Well, actually, my safari jacket didn't fit. I think.
Look, you go on and on about safari jackets. It has nothing to do with safari jackets. I thought we were going to talk about reporting.
A raw nerve there. Obviously, I've touched a very sore nerve, so better leave that. But before you go, Jonathan, one question I'm sure would like to hear answered. What is the capital of Swaziland?
If you really want to know, it's Mbabane.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Dimbleby.
Electric. We're out, working for you, out working together, out in the country, out in the town, out everywhere. Which is why whenever you ring us, we're out. Out working for you, out working together. The Electricity Board, by far the best of all the companies you can buy electricity from.
Well, now it's time for our charity book auction, so get your checkbooks out at home, because we've got a copy here in the studio of Geoffrey Archer's First Among Equals, which Geoffrey has very kindly personally signed. He had 93 goes, but that's all that counts.
And we're also auctioning this marvellous book. It's called The Awfulness of Sex, and it's full of terrific hints, like the female orgasm and how to change the subject, and how to ensure that you both come in exactly the same week.
And we've also got a signed copy of Ted Heath's new book, in which he explains his complex political philosophy and his basic rejection of the soulless dogma of monetarism, and it's called It's Not Fair, I Should Be Prime Minister.
And there'll be more charity later, and we'll be looking at pop and asking, why does Madonna never read the washing instructions?
Alle Passagiere ohne englischen Reisepass werden gebeten, zur Auskunftsstelle zu gehen. Tous les passagers portant le passeport étranger sont priés d'aller au bureau de renseignement. Merci. Will all passengers carrying UK passports please stay where they are? We're just having fun mucking the foreigners around.
Feeling a bit queasy, are we, sir? The best advice is to sit in the middle of the ship and try not to think about fatty yellow guns with green lumps in it.
Oh, sorry, mate.
That's all right.
I've been hitchhiking around the world. Haven't had a bath for 3 years. Yeah. Right, get back, you bastard.
Dear Auntie, what a time I had out painting in Paris.
You couldn't hold my socks for a moment, darling. I've just got to get something out of
The French spend their days very differently to us. They get up about 7:30, then shake hands till 8. From 8 till 9 they have breakfast. Then from 9 to 5 they have lunch.
Excuse me, I'm French.
I am sorry.
I have a problem with my bear.
Yes, it's bad luck being born a Frenchman, isn't it? Never mind. C'est la vie. Oh, what were you going? Bloody Euro MPs.
Hello. I'm Donald McAllister. I'm a Conservative Euro MP for, what's the bloody place called again? I wrote it down here somewhere. What is that appalling smell?
Sorry, mate. I haven't had a chance to change since me dose of dysentery in Delhi.
Dysentery?
Yeah, I had yellow fever in Kabul, green monkey fever in Rabat, I had typhoid in Borneo.
Yeah, I bet you wish you hadn't gone.
What, and stay in New Zealand?
Excuse me. Listen, Froggy. By the way, this is not a Greenpeace ship, so don't get any ideas, all right? What is that awful smell?
That could be my gangrene. You see, I fell off the south face of Annapurna. I was stranded for 9 days. I only managed to survive by scraping the penicillin mould off my underpants and eating it.
The accommodation, however, was so cramped this Pierre had to share my bed most nights. He told me he was a trainee gynecologist, but he couldn't afford any instruments.
Excuse me. What's wrong?
No, thanks. Hey, what's he doing?
He's swimming the channel.
What's it?
It is lunch hour.
I am very interested in all your English pop groups. I like the 70s heavy metal. I like Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Europe. Europe? No, Europe.
Get it out, mate. Gosh, reminds me of the time I was sick in Rawalpindi. I got struck down with elephantiasis. Everything swells up, you see. For 6 days, I was going around with my testicles in a wheelbarrow.
Abandon ship! Everybody, abandon ship! That's all right. Only joking.
Yes. Sorry to hear about your leg, Auntie. But then who needs two? Exclamation mark brackets.
Fight! Fight! I'm your MP for Fight. Wonderful place. Lots of chaps in skirts running around saying, "Hoot not!" It's near Cardiff somewhere.
Here, mate, do you want to buy some really good dope? Sold to me by Bedouin tribesmen.
But this is the excrement of the camel.
Oh, shit, I brought this whiskey off them, too.
I am your MP. I've just come from a very important meeting in Strasbourg. We were deciding whether chocolate should be called chocolate, or whether we should think up of another name for it. I'm a chocolate man myself.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry, mate. I got a bit peckish because of the rabies.
Rabies?
Yeah. I got bitten by a mad dog in a rather unfortunate place.
Where?
Newport Pagnell.
I think the wine lake. Now, I'm all in favour of the wine lake, because it means you can swim and get pissed at the same time.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you help me? I wish to get from Victoria to my hotel.
Yes, well, the best way to go is by black cab. And when you get there, do not offer the driver any money, because black cabs in London are completely free, you see. In fact, he'll be insulted if you offer him any money. Just give him a wave, and then give him that English traditional farewell gesture of...
Bloody hell, are you all right? All right, it's fine. The important thing is not to give in to it.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Excuse me.
Miller! Glenn Miller, I've told you before, no busking!
Excuse me, what are those white lumps there?
What white lumps?
Okay, everybody, this is Dover. This